Here he is. Zack, how you feeling, man? I mean, I know you didn't practice today. Some fans get worried about that. Was this just a typical veteran day off?
Yeah. It was kind of schedule I've been on for the last, I don't know, month or so. So just taking care of the body, getting ready to go Sunday.
Okay, I'm going to vote for you for all-pro blocking without your helmet guy. I'm thinking like, okay, Zack Martin, probably at Notre Dame, 1929,
Yes.
at a game against maybe Purdue. No helmet, but keeping the block going. And then afterwards, you kind of look at the official like, bro, I'm playing without a helmet. Can you see this?
Is it normal?
Wilkins has got my helmet in his hand over there. What's going on here?
I know. I think he told me, he said, I didn't see it. I'll look for it next play. I'm like, well,
I'll tell you what, though.
How'd you miss that?
I'll tell you what, but Wilkins got his helmet knocked off, too, in that game. He got his helmet. Yeah, he did, too. And it's funny, Zach, he was running to go make the play. He picked his helmet up and put it on as he was running to go get the play. So, but I was wondering, what's it like blocking NFL defensive linemen without your helmet in the middle of the game?
I was just hoping I didn't get like a game coming my way where I get picked on the side of the head or anything like that.
Luckily, they'll do that.
Yeah, luckily Zack got the ball out.
Yeah,
it was all good.
Well, you gave us a great scouting report and breakdown of that defensive line at Miami. It seemed like just an absolute battle all afternoon. Result certainly not what you and Cowboy fans wanted, but what were some of the talking points that you were able to go back and learn from the tape afterwards?
Yeah, I think we kind of had some uncharacteristic mental mistakes, which is we got to clean up obviously in critical situations, and then but I was proud of our guys. That last drive, it was an 18-play drive. Got down there, got a score, gave us a chance, but got to clean up just the these guys are so good across the line of scrimmage. You can't give them free shots or free goes. So. We just got to do a little bit better job of communicating on the road, and that's something we've talked about, and we just got to keep getting better at it.
Yeah, Zach, you mentioned the communication aspects and stuff like that, though. Is it a little bit, and I know you guys all practice together and stuff, and you've probably seen some of these looks that you're going to get, but was it just like sometimes it's just the heat of the moment and you lock up and you're like, oh, you miss a blitzer or you miss a twist, or is that kind of what happens?
Yeah, I mean, I think, sometimes everyone's kind of searching for the answer on why things happen. And, it's not the answer people are probably looking for, but sometimes just like you just said, kind of in the heat of it and you get locked up and you lose sight of maybe another responsibility. And it's, it's part of the game, right? Like we want to make sure we have none of those, but,
right.
Unfortunately they do come up from time to time, and it's all about bouncing back and getting to that next play.
Does that spoil the holiday at all on Christmas Day?
I mean, would definitely have been better after a win. I'm not going to lie. But we did get that Christmas Day to kind of hang out with the fam. And, like we talked about last week a little bit, I got a 5 and a 3-year-old, so they were pretty jacked up. So put things in perspective.
Who was more excited, you or them?
My son, definitely. He was up.
Really?
We got back about, I think I walked in around midnight.
There you go.
And he was up about 6:45, ready to rock.
That's not bad getting on an East Coast trip, getting back at that time, right?
No, it's really not.
Because you've rolled the door like at 4:40 before a couple times, right?
Those division night games,
God.
you're getting back at 4 or 5 in the morning, and those are quick turnarounds.
Okay, you got the Lions this week. They're playing pretty darn good football right now, though. Talk about the front a little bit, maybe what you expect. From I got to look at their tape tonight because I do scouting report tomorrow. I'm going to let you tell everybody exactly what you're seeing in the Lions right now.
Hear from you.
Yeah, we'd rather hear from you than the former scout guy.
Yeah, I mean, they jump off the tape right with their physicality and their how they run to the football. So that's the first thing when you turn it on, and then again they got Hutchinson's had a great year.
Yeah.
Got a lot of respect for him. He kind of reminds me of like a young Crosby-ish, how he plays, just the motor and how he goes about it. And then, their interior guys are big, thick, physical. They got a great rotation. We've talked about in the past how, teams are loaded up on D linemen and they just kind of rotate them in so everyone keeps fresh. And then obviously you got, I really like Anzalone, their linebacker, 34.
He is good.
He's a good player.
He sure is.
He flies around, makes plays. And then obviously they got the rookie linebacker they drafted, who's like he almost looks like a throwback linebacker on tape. He's big, he's like 6'4", 250, big, strong, takes on blockers.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a great game for us. It's gonna be a good matchup, and they do a nice job of stopping the run. So I know I try to establish that, and then get the ball in our perimeter and playmakers' hands.
Yeah, he's got that throwback name too, Jack Campbell.
Yeah, it's an Iowa guy. The Iowa guy. That's right.
His nose will probably be bleeding during the game.
Is Anceloni the one with all the hair?
Yeah, the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you, when you play against a guy like that, are you ever jealous? Because I'm a bald guy myself, and I'm kind of like, and you got a good cut to your hair. Because, again, when your helmet got knocked off, we got to see your face, But what about like guys like that? Like the long-haired player, I'm always kind of like, man, I wish I could have.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I rocked the long hair in college there for a couple years. So,
did you really?
Yeah. So I
ever to the point. Before. Well, Notre Dame doesn't have names on the back of their jerseys.
No.
So I never the Martin part would have never gotten covered up.
No, but like Anzalone's is long. Like
it's crazy long.
You're not gonna miss him on the field. You can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, talking Notre Dame, and we're watching these bowl games, and I remember watching that Pinstripe Bowl. I think that was your final year at Notre Dame, and you won the bleeping MVP award. I don't know when I've ever seen a lineman get the MVP. What was that experience like, and were you surprised that you got an MVP?
Well, we were yeah, I was. We were laughing with my buddies because we had our quarterback, who's a good friend of mine. We were roommates in college, and he had a good amount of passing yards but no touchdowns, and then our running back had like not a lot of yards but a couple touchdowns, and they're like, this guy's draft stock's the highest. Let's give him the MVP.
Is this one of those pinstripe? Is it the pinstripe?
Yeah, the pinstripe bowl.
So was that a new era game?
Yeah, new era pinstripe.
Okay,
yep.
Tell us about the goodie bag then.
Oh, yes.
What the good, like when you get a sponsor like that, like Duke's mayonnaise. We're watching that game. I mean, if you're like today, I would appreciate some Duke's mayonnaise, but back when I was a college player, I don't think Duke's mayonnaise would have done anything. What did you get on your goodie bag from the new era people?
The new era. I mean, obviously we got a bunch of hats and gear like that. I think we may have got a PlayStation for that one.
Oh, badass.
So that was pretty good. Yeah, that was. I think we got like a PlayStation, and then funny story about my MVP trophy from that game. Like that summer,
is it next to the Heisman? Is it next to Paul Horning's Heisman?
I'll tell you where it's at. I had it. I was traveling back to Indy, and I stopped at my. We used to always go to my brother-in-law's lake house in college. We'd all go up to the lake and hang out, and we were on the boat one night, and the trophy found its way on the boat, and someone slipped, fell in the water. So it's at the bottom of Lake Gage in Angola, Indiana.
Oh man!
I was thinking you were going to say that you stopped off at a gas station and you traded the trophy for a case of beer.
that would have been better.
Hey, we need a case of Miller Lite here, and we'll give you the trophy for the Miller Lite if you would do that.
Oh man, that's
all right, I'm gonna also predict something from Zach. He got a goodie bag. I guarantee he regifted it to his family for gifts.
Oh.
I'm calling Dad got the sweatshirt.
Oh, 100%.
Mom got like the long T-shirt probably.
But Zach, you kept the PlayStation.
Yeah, I kept the PlayStation, but I still do that. Like whenever we get like swag bags from, different stuff we do, I have a closet in my house and it's like, hey, someone need a gift, go to the swag closet and grab something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Swag closet.
Speaking of trading the MVP trophy for a case of beer,
I wish that was the story.
That's awesome. But we do have New Year's coming up.
Or food for burgers.
Yeah.
Like a sack of burgers. Yeah. Would have been even better.
Were you just going hard at Notre Dame for New Year's? Any debauchery that went on with Zack Martin in the heyday?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. New Year's was, I think we were normally home for New Year's. Besides the year we played Alabama there in the national championship, we probably would have been home. So I probably would have been back in Indy.
Nice.
Yeah, but New Year's is always. I'm bored now. I don't really do nothing for New Year's now, but used to.
No, like to say, the used to part of it. Yeah. The used to part of it, yeah. When the friends always drag you into the used to part.
Probably
of it.
going to be my last year, and then I'll have the baby girl next year this time. So,
hey, is it good to be back at home after a couple of road games? I mean, I know it's a stupid question.
No,
but
no,
I thought
it
I'd ask
is.
it
I mean,
anyway.
it's a little.
Okay, you're acknowledging it was a stupid question. I appreciate that.
No, it's good to be back at home. I mean, it's a little frustrating, right? Because we kind of got this road game on our back.
We all need to
deal,
shut
so
up about that, don't we?
You know,
Media.
I'd like another opportunity, obviously next week to go back on the road. But yeah, it'd be great to be back at home. Our fans have been outstanding this year. Obviously, we got something going at home, so we're looking to continue that and get after it.
Well, Jimmy Johnson going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor at halftime. I know that's something you're probably not going to be paying a ton of attention to, but I was wondering how much, when it comes to the history of the Cowboys, do you guys kind of talk about? I don't know if that's even something that's brought up this week leading into it, but maybe if it goes back to training camp throughout the season, just kind of remembering the history of this organization.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't grow up a Cowboys fan, so I knew. Obviously, they were great in the 90s, but didn't really follow the Cowboys growing up. But obviously, when you come here, we do a great job with our former players, and those guys are around quite a bit. So to interact with those guys and kind of, whether it be training camp, off season, during the season, popping in, and it's cool to kind of talk to them and hear some old stories for sure.
So, with the facility that you live at, though, there at the Star, there's so much history and pictures and all that. I can't wait to see the Zack Martin mural. Okay, maybe we could put it next to the helmetless Jason Garrett, Jason Witten one.
That's
the Witten one.
one.
So
when
you're going in,
when
you go, it's amazing. You walk in, you're like going, "Damn, that's a big picture."
Yeah.
And I wondered, would you be one of those guys though, Zach, when it's all said and done, to come back, or are you kind of you know what, man, I did my part here. This was a great run for me. I know we're talking about things in the future here, but would you be one of those guys that come back and visit stuff?
I think I'll come back from time to time and see a game, but I plan on moving back up north. So I'm not.
I kind of appreciate what Frederick's what Travis has done.
Yeah, he comes in for a game a year.
Yeah, I
kind of the boys, and then
I kind of like he's kind of like him, Doug Free,
hopping in and out.
Those guys, you kind of don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still bitter at Doug Free's wife. She killed me in beer pong one time.
Oh, did she?
Have you ever? Okay, Zach, I know it's probably not asking a bad question, but she's got such reach. She was literally her. She was at the table.
Okay, we cheating?
Sounds like you're calling out an elbow rule here.
Yeah,
that's her elbow getting a little.
Let me
a
tell you,
couple of Zacks on the same page.
Let me tell you what, though, Zach. I'm going to be real honest with you, though. Doug was her partner, and I really didn't want to piss him off. So,
he probably had a big dip in.
He had that look at me but she could completely reach across the table and drop that thing in the cups. And I felt like at that
just
point,
bullied you.
She bullied me.
Bullied you.
Yeah, the freeze just they at the end of it, I just threw both hands up, drank my beers, and then moved on. And the freeze were like, next. And we're awesome. My scouting report is don't go play this game with the Freeze because Mrs. Free will dominate you with the tosses.
Oh man, that's fantastic. Great. I do want when we get the Zack Martin mural there. We need
I'm pushing for this.
We need a video though of the gyrating in the game-winning huddle. That's what it's all about.
I still get that. One of my buddies turned that into a GIF. I guess you can turn something into a GIF. So whenever we have a big win, that's first text in our group text. I look after the game and there's me in the huddle gyrating.
Yes, let's go. Well, hey, go get another one this Saturday night, buddy. We're going to be pulling for you, and we always appreciate you giving us some time, man. You're fantastic.
Awesome, man. I appreciate y'all.